and welcome to Cadwell Park Week 4. This brand new circuit to iRacing gives you everything a club circuit wants. Fast and flowing into tight and twisty up over the mountain. The shortest pit lane I think possible in iRacing. Probably shorter than some of the short ovals, but qualifying is just underway. Below in qualifying. This track is very testing on the drivers, very testing on. It's going to be testing for me to keep up with everything that goes on because it's not the easiest track to keep the off tracks down and things like that. So it's going to be very entertaining to see how the race goes. But now, as you can see, Barney the Flagman is on top of the
testing.
The qualifying is still underway at this moment in time, and we have our usual suspects here for this race. We do have reigning champion Daniel Tuss, we have Felipe Catalan, we also have Philip Sear, Philip Kingham is back, Donald Calcutt is back as well, and Brad Cathcart I think we've seen a couple of times before, and we have some newbies. Paula Sherrington, who is the lowest I-rated driver in the field, third on the grid at the moment, so great showing from them. Everybody's still trying to work this circuit out completely, and thank you, Steve, for the bits that have just come through my ear, probably not your ears. If you are watching this on YouTube, then obviously come and join us for the live coverage over on Twitch in the future. So, absolutely perfect timing. So it's grid time here at Cadwell Park for the first ever Formula Ford soft race around the Lincolnshire circuit. Daniel Tuss is there on pole position ahead of Felipe Catalan. Third on the grid is Paula Sherrington ahead of Philip Sear. Philip running Daniel Tuss close in last year's championship. Philip Kingham and Donald Calcutt round out an all-American third row of the grid. Brad Cathcart and Ken Kurtz are next up, and then two drivers who didn't set a lap time, Rod Herring and Howie Burrows. I'll probably call him Harry at some point as well. But anyway, that is the grid. Let's see how the race unfolds. There's the soft at the top, 2K. It's not the highest we've had this week, but it is still not too shabby considering it's a brand new circuit to the iRacing fraternity. There's Daniel Tuss on the pole position, and we'll see who comes out on top. We're just waiting for a few drivers to line up. Here we go. They're all lined up. Daniel Tuss in the yellow. Then it's Felipe Catalan in the blue, and away we go for the start of this race. And it is Felipe Catalan who gets a good start, but Daniel Tuss will lead the way down into turn number 1. And we see who will come out on top. It is Daniel Tuss. Catalan just blocking the way past. For who is that? That's Paula Sherrington. The Catalan's wide in the corner, so Sherrington will take second place. Philip Sear in third, Philip Kingham in fourth. Catalan drops down to 5th place, but they head up to turn number 4 for the first time, and it is leading the way. We have. Yes, Daniel Tuss leading the way from Paula Sherrington, Philip Sear, Kingham, Catalan, Cathcart, Calcutt, Herring, and then Burrows. But we've got a spin at the back there for Howie Burrows out the chicane. Very easy to do on these cold tyres on the opening lap. But it is aptly a nice Stewart livery as well. But this is up over top of the hill, and Ken Kurtz has crashed as well. And I presume that's up in the M&M livery. I'm not sure what's happened here. It is under braking down into So easy to lose it, either go too deep into it, almost into the normal paddock area for Cadwell Park. But he does continue on. So it's Daniel Tufts who leads the way on lap number 1. Paula Sherrington in second place, Philip Sear in third, but Daniel Tuss with a nice lead right now. We'll look back at the position for second place. Sherrington, Sear. You can see the difference in iRacing. Kingham's wide in the background. That gives Catalan his position back. So Catalan back up into third place, and side by side they go up to turn number 4. Sear on the inside of Sherrington, and Sherrington just lets the position be taken at this early stage, possibly seeing that Sim could have a bit more pace. And Sherrington's very wide and loses control into the side of Catalan, and then spat out sideways. Sherrington off the track now and toes to the pit, so huge amount of damage done there for the car. Did Catalan manage to keep going? Yes, Felipe Garcia Catalan does manage to keep going, so they are now in third place, Kingham in fourth, and it is up over mountain for the second time for Catalan. Burrows has also had a spin further back again, or an off track at least, so he's lost another 8 seconds in the process. But this is a tight twist of it. No way through to overtake into here unless there's a mistake. So it will be Catalan who comes across the line in third place. And that is up into turn 1, flat out turn 1 here. You maybe have a slight lift into 2, maybe a slight confidence lift into 3, but this is the fast flowing part of the circuit. We'll go on board with Felipe Catalan as well, so you can see what the track is like. Actually, we'll go in with Kingham behind, who's got a slipstream run down into 4, and he's going to make the move up the inside of Catalan, and it is through, and Catalan gives way, lives to fight another day. These, in terms of the soft championship, it is Daniel Tuss who leads the way, and Philip Sear is up. Sorry, Philip Sear leads the way, I believe, from Daniel Tuffs and then Felipe Catalan. So these three all in there. Donald Calcutt's ran a little bit wide out of the chicane behind us, but that is not too bad. He is still in the queue, as well as Brad Cathcart, who's held on. Herring and Burrows a little bit further back. Kurt's recovering from his first instance. Up over the mountain for the first time. You see the cars taking off as they come over the top. Sherrington has not headed back out the pits. Catalan a little bit wide in there, made a mistake, but you can just block the way. Wide by Kingham. This battle is going to go on for all race long, I believe. Ken Kurtz did head to the pits to sort out some damage. So it's the fastest lap on lap 3 for Daniel Tufts with 28.4, ahead of Sear with 29.2. So there is a clear difference in pace between Tufts, Sear, and then the rest of the pack behind. Burrows has entered the pits, so there is a repair for Howie Burrows. It's Kingham, the American, leading the way. We haven't seen Philip Kingham in the soft race for maybe not even this year, to be fair. This season, he was about in a few seasons before. Catalan, a regular now in the soft race. He's third. Calcutt fourth. Cathcart fifth. All just maybe calming it down now, watching, briefing. No, unless there's a mistake ahead. First and second are sort of gone. Phillips here not too far ahead. Calcutt wide out of turn 9. Up through sideways by Kingham. We'll go on board with one of these over top, and that is wide by Cathcart, I think, in the background. Didn't get the best of runs over the mountain. And if you've ever seen motorbike racing around this circuit before, you will know that it is bikes taking off over there. But this time, the Australian Cathcart made a bit of mistake, and that will mean that he can't quite close the gap to Donald Calcutt, the American, in front. Just have a recap back at the leader. Daniel Tuss leading the way. He's 4.3 seconds clear here at the Lincolnshire circuit, heading up to turn number 4. He's still pushing on, setting fastest laps. Not probably needed, being just under 2k soft. Looking at what could be his best result of the week. I mean, I don't know what the points he scored this week, but this is probably the first week the soft race is not, shall we say, the biggest soft of the week, but that is just down to it being a brand new circuit, a tough circuit to learn. It's not got wide open. It's very old fashioned. And there we go, up over the top of the hill. We'll try and go on board with Philip Kingham, with Felipe Catalan right behind you. Got that little curve there, ride that up over hill. And this is a tight, twisty, technical part of a circuit. You select a gear and stay in it. Try and clip them bollards as you go through. And then the corner, there's a nice off track there, which a lot of people will have caught out, down to first gear. Then it's first or second for the final corner, depending what your setup is like. And Kingham round, and now it's starting to be flat out throughout the rest of the first half of the circuit. We've got Cathcart has disappeared. Calcut has dropped back as well. Oh, it was a collision between the two, according to our details. So let's have a look from Brad Cathcart. Here we go. Does Calcut just... I think Calcut just loses and Cathcart ends up joining him. Oh, it's a bad read. Is it bad rejoin by Calcut, or did he have nowhere really to go? Let's have a look here. Calcut for Californian loses the back end through that section, cuts across the grass, and yeah, just really poor rejoin there by Calcut, but hard to know what to do with the position you are in through that section. So we're down to 4, and I think we just noticed Donald Calcut has jumped to the pits, so that has possibly been to allow Brad Cathcart back through. Let's just see if we can see again with Calcut whether he could have held it a little bit more. Collects the slides up nicely, stays on the grass, and then there's just a bump on the rejoin, which might have just caused a loss of control. But as always, and we've got a crash. That's Felipe Garcia Catalan on the final corner. An unusual place to lose control. He has now kept his 4th place, but miles back now from Philip Kingham. That's allowed Kingham a bit of breathing space. Let's see what happened there. He's right up behind Kingham, drops to first gear for this bit. Does he get caught out by Kingham not going to second gear? Yes, he does. I think that's what's caught him out. He got such a run through the corner that he's actually been caught out by Kingham. And I think if we look at Kingham again and just listen to the engine. Yeah, Catalan just gets caught out there. It's unfortunate, but just the way it goes sometimes with corners like that. There is Philip Kingham secure in 3rd place. I'm going to say secure, but you just never know. This is the closest battle we have on circuit. It's involving Brad Cathcart on the return after that incident. He is now behind Rod Herring. And Herring, well, that was the most unusual accident as well. What happened there to the South African? We'll have a quick look on board with him. I think he just overcorrected something that didn't really need overcorrecting, I think. We'll have another look. Yeah, just an overcorrection on something that doesn't need overcorrecting. But the Black Ribbon Racer is back out and he's still in 6th place. So we have 3 retirements. We actually are only 11 minutes into this race. There is Daniel Tufts just ahead of Kurtz, with Calcut, Burrs and Sherrington all out of this race at this time. So Daniel Tuff's 6.1 seconds in the lead. He just needs to keep it calm, keep the pace, because a lack of concentration around here, and you could be very easily in the wall. This would be Tuff's third win of the season, which, considering we went through a whole load of 12 different winners last season in 12 rounds, already we're at round 4, and Daniel Tuff could be a third-time winner. There is Tuff's leading the way. We'll have a look at Philip Sear as well. Sear, very consistent in these soft races right now, the American. And that consistency might just come back to help him against Daniel Tuff, who we know is blisteringly quick, but is prone to the odd mistake. So it could be a championship of two halves, this one. Kingham in third, Catalan fourth, Cathcart fifth, Herring sixth. They're all the drivers on the lead lap, with Ken Kurtz in seventh, one lap down at this stage. There is Philip Kingham from Michigan, the American. I will be honest, this circuit could possibly suit the Americans quite well. They have circuits like VIR, which are quite similar in terms of width and technical sections. So it is something that could suit the Americans, and they have gone well here today with Kingham, and Calcutt was going well before his incident. So tight and twisty round here. This is a famous bit of a circuit where Jimmy Broadbent has a video of him crashing. Sorry, Jim, mention that, Jimmy. Daniel Tuff's fastest lap of the race at 27.9, first driver into the 27s here, and he's not really needing to. This is a thing. He's just keeping the pace up to make sure that he does not lose his concentration. We look a bit further back. This is Felipe Catalan on the recovery drive. Now, Catalan is setting faster lap times than Philip Kingham, but I don't think it's quite enough for Spaniard to catch up. He is ranked number 3, Kingham ranked number 4. So Brad Cathcart 5th, he's ranked number 5. Rod and Ken 7th and 6th in 6th and 7th. So yeah, because we have such a wide range of abilities in this stuff, it's sort of settled down to a position of calmness and just waiting for the next mistake from a driver, which even the best will do around this circuit. It could be 1x, it could be getting to that incident limit that iRacing holds in this championship. As you see Catalan going up into the hill section, manages to use that curb to swing it round. The gap still hanging around 6.5 seconds between Kingham and, as Tuff sets another fastest lap of the race at 127.8. The driver, who doesn't really need to set a lap time, is continuing to set lap times at 127.8, but fastest lap of the race right now. And it is obviously Daniel Tuff who leads the way. Catalan, that time 29.5 to a 30.1 for Kingham. So Kingham hasn't dropped his pace, but that is very good pace from Catalan in terms of just applying the mental pressure to Kingham. Hopefully going to ease a mistake out of the American when you know there's something chasing you down, and that something is Felipe Garcia Catalan in this blue and white Ray Formula Ford 1600. Through the chicane for the 11th time. We've got 4 minutes left on the clock, and it looks like Daniel Tuff is going to cruise his way to a victory. I say cruise, he's still setting fastest sectors out there on the circuit at this moment in time. His sector 1 wasn't the best this time by, so we'll see what he does as he crosses the line. Crosses the line there. Yes, a 27.7. And you can see he's going for fastest lap because he's staying arrow straight down the pit straight to make sure that he gets the clearest run to the line, the quickest run to the line to try and get a lap time out of it. So Tuff's actually almost putting pressure on himself to set fastest laps. Sear and Kingham setting pretty much identical laps, 29.5. Catalan a tenth quicker again. If he hadn't quite caught the back of Kingham in that instant, maybe he might have been able to challenge for second place here today. But it is looking like a dominant victory for our reigning champion and two-time winner, Brad Cathcart at 29.4, dropping his pace as well and showing what he could have produced if it was a little earlier in the race. But the drivers just now taking their time, trying to bring the cars home. They have 2.5 minutes to go. It's certainly something that we're really wanting to see. If you want to join the soft race, if you're watching and you want to join the soft race in future, 20:45 GMT on a Monday night, depending where you live. So UK is 21:45. Sign up to the Formula 4 trophy, and if you're in top split, you'll be on the coverage. That's as simple as it is. No sign-ups, no costs for you apart from if you haven't got the circuit. Cars free, and a great way to introduce yourself to single-seater racing on iRacing. It looks like a penultimate lap here for Daniel Tufts. He's leading the way as he heads towards turn number 4. There he is on the inside of 4, and he will swing his way round the long right-hander.
Go by on the left foot.
Towards the end of the lap. I'm not quite sure there why anything came over radio there. It shouldn't do, but that's not the end of the world. But so Tufts continuing to extend his lead over Philip Sear, who is here heading towards the same part of the circuit now. The driver from the west of America, taking it easy now. He's had a consistent 8-second lead over Philip Kingham and just matching that pace. Catalan gained another half second overall on Kingham, but unless there's an incident, I can't see anything happening. We've got a spin possibly for Ken Kurtz. He's gone wide at the mountain and he has towed to the pits now. A new fastest lap, 27.7 by Daniel Tufts as he goes on to the last lap. We'll just see who else is coming through. There's the Barney flagman waving white flag for the white car number 2 of Philip Sear, and Kingham and Catalan will follow up very, very shortly. But it's been a dominant drive so far. There is Kingham. Catalan just crossing the line as well. Cathcart will get another lap in as well. And I think Hearing will as well. Yes, he will. He will stay ahead of Tufts, it looks like. But down the hill for the final time, Daniel Tufts is our reigning champion. He took the first two of the first 3 races of this season, and he looks in dominant form at the moment as he pops it up over the mountain, still pushing on for that lap time. Don't throw it in the wall, Daniel. We've seen your attempts at donuts, and spinning it back around wouldn't be expected. But Daniel Tufts comes into a tight right-hander at the end of the circuit, into the final corner. And it's going to be another win for Daniel Tufts. And he swings himself across the line, 14.5 seconds clear of Philip Sear, who you'll see in the background. There he is coming around the final corner himself. Sear will take second place. You'll see in the background Kingham just coming through the final corner as Sear takes second. There's Kingham in 3rd place. Catalan will be not far behind there unless he's made a mistake on the final lap. No, he's 6 seconds back. So the Spaniard takes 4th place and still good points in the championship. It is the Australian Brad Cathcart. Welcome back to the soft race. A top 5 for your efforts around the Cadwell circuit. And finally, last and for all, Brad Cathcart actually 29-1 on his final lap of the race. So finding that pace, finding that rhythm. Here comes the South African herring. Not had the cleanest of races, but he still stays on the lead lap. And he will come home and be rewarded with a nice power slide out the penultimate corner and 6th place on the road ahead of everybody else. So there is hearing. The South African comes across the line, and takes 6th place. But here's Daniel Tufts, your winner. Trying to copy Hearing's power slide, but using the grass to do so, that's cheating. Daniel Tufts taking his 3rd win of the season here at Cadwell Park and celebrating. Will he do the jump at the end of the pit straight? I don't think he will, looking at that. No, he'll make sure that he's got... oh, no, he's going to... No, he's backed off. He's going to try his donuts again. Okay, we'll give you a chance, Mr. Tufts. Watch the marshals. We couldn't go racing without the No, he still hasn't perfected them. Still hasn't perfected them. Oh, Dan. How many more wins to perfect donuts do you need? That is the soft race here at... Why have we gone all black? In terms of a screen, I'm not too sure. Second, I'm not sure why that's happened. But we will have a look at our results. And if we can just wind back a little bit. There we go. We've got some scenic cameras. And we'll now have a look at the results for this race. Daniel Tufts has took victory as the privateer, 14.6 seconds ahead of championship rival Philip Sear. Philip Kingham rounds out your podium. Felipe Catalan had that unfortunate incident and finishes 6 seconds off the podium in 4th place ahead of Brad Cathcart, Rod Hearing and Ken Kurtz. And your 3 retirements from tonight's race, Donald Calcutt, Howie Burrows and Paula Sherrington.